Hello, welcomes back everyone. AnthWolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Curze, the Sith warrior. You may notice there, Curze has undergone a bit of a change. He's no longer wearing the Academy tunic and other bits of his uniform. But I decided to do something a bit maybe lore friendly. I really wanted to wear the Ravager's Rebreather here. And this is the rest of the adaptive armor Curze was actually going to be wearing. And I decided to say, for lore-wise, something occurred prior to his summoning, and maybe he was summoned because of this event, which got him horrifically scarred, maybe due to a training incident that revealed some sort of potential. But he now has to wear this exoskeleton to assist him, and of course to wear this Rebreather. And yeah, that's really all I'm going to say about it. But obviously, if we look at our character screen here, I'm wearing all my adaptive armor. I haven't actually equipped any of the item modifications, bar a bit of dye for the chest piece. Nope, bloody hell. And of course, we haven't equipped any weapons just yet, because at the end of the Sith trials, of course, that's when we're meant to either make or receive our own lightsaber. Right now we just have the Apprentice practice blade, but we have been told to go into the tomb of Ajunta Pall to receive a Sith Warblade, which is more appropriate to our status as an Acolyte. Of course, we can also wear one earpiece, 2 implants, and 2 relics to also boost our stats here. As a Juggernaut, we're going to be wanting to increase our mastery, endurance, and I think our shield and absorption primarily, even though a bit of power and critical would also be useful for dealing damage. Apart from that, of course, I have changed the UI elements to something I prefer. I've set up all my quick slots here. Let's see. We are level 1. We're quite close to level 2. This is the experience bar because I unlocked a variety of titles, all of which we're not really going to use. Of course, this is our health bar. Underneath that we have our resource bar known as Rage. We get that from dealing damage to enemies. There are later on some passives that generate rage when we take damage, and some skills generate rage as well. And various skills like Vicious Slash here deal more damage than the basic assault ability, but they use rage, they consume it to deal that extra damage. As a Juggernaut, we're mostly going to be up close and personal to our opponents. So hopefully that all goes well. The only other thing I really should mention is I think I was a subscriber when the Rise of the Hutt Cartel expansion was released. So we have this Hutt Hollow statue, which can be used in place of using the class trainers that we'll discover on various worlds. When we level up, we can summon the Hollow statue. And if we have any new skills, new abilities, we can actually learn them from the Hollow statue rather than having to go to the planet's class trainer. So we have our overall map here. We need to go into the tomb of Ajunta Pall. I need to turn on exploration missions. We'll do that. And what else? Ah yes, we need to choose our discipline. We have the Vengeance, the Rage, Damage Dealing Discipline paths. To be honest, we're probably going to stick with Immortal, the tanking discipline tree. Each of them have some of their own unique abilities that they learn, but Immortal is fine by me. As the toughest of the warriors, the Immortal Juggernaut can withstand even the most brutal assaults, using the Force to turn nearly invincible for short bursts of time, and to deliver crushing blows to the enemy. This Juggernaut is capable of taking a beating and giving one as well. Commit ourselves to this path. We can change our discipline paths in the future if we so wish, And at level 10 we'll learn our first ability called Aegeus Assault, which actually generates rage, so that will be very handy to pick up. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I really need to mention. Obviously we have our inventory screen, I've showed you the map. Obviously the only other thing I should mention is we have our mission log here. We can see the missions along the side here of the UI, but if we want to learn more about what we're actually doing, like we need to acquire a blade more appropriate for our destiny, an ancient Sith Warblade from the armory of the tomb of Ajunta Pall. It also tells us what we'll receive when we complete the mission. Like, this is a pretty reasonable amount of experience considering we only needed 805 to get from level 1 to level 2. Later on, we'll need, obviously, an ever-increasing amount of experience. But let's get ourselves underway. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Oh. So we've just explored or unlocked the Valley of the Dark Lords. We got some exploration experience.
Do you require medical attention?
There's nothing really worthwhile buying, but I could use the Hollow Statue, but there is a class trainer just inside the tomb of Ajunta Pall. Tell you what, we'll use the Hollow Statue, because we'll actually... Oh, I thought we were going to learn our first AoE ability. They may have changed the sequence of skills you learn. We have Retaliation. Retaliates against the target. It cannot be parried, dodged, or miss. Can only be used after defending against a successful melee or ranged attack. Okay. And SWTOR form. Increases all damage dealt and reduces all damage received. It used to be that you would have the different lightsaber forms and you could switch between them, and each of them would have their own benefits and like positives and negatives. We're actually going to unlock a new form at level 12. Which is actually suitable, or more suitable I should say, for a tanking class. Increases our damage reduction, increases our threat and our armor rating, increases our shield chance as well. So we'll be replacing the SWTOR form with the Sorezu form at level 12. But now they're just passives, you don't switch between them. Oh well. I was hoping we'd get our, I think it's called Charge. But let's kill some of these claw slugs that we learned about. A variety of our missions do give us bonus objectives as well for extra experience. And some of the bonus objectives chain. When you complete one, there's a second and maybe third stage of that bonus as well. The good thing about leveling up is it actually gives you a full resource bar of rage. There's the bonus mission complete. We'll get to level 3 and then we'll jump into the tomb of Ajunta Pall. I mean, if we really wanted, we could go over to the Sith Academy already. There is an elevator which will lead us over to the academy here. Oh yes, the only other thing I should mention is I'm actually buffed. There is an ability that Sith warriors learn called Unnatural Might. Increases the target's melee, range, force and tech bonus damage. If you're in a party and use the ability, it shares it with all your party members. But let's have a look here. Because I've played all of the Imperial classes before, up to Chapter 2, I think it is. Yeah. I actually share all the buffs from the Imperial Agent, Bounty Hunter, and Sith Inquisitor as well. So, not just Unnatural Might, but I also have Coordination, Mark of Power, and Hunter's Boon, which give us various positive effects as well. There we are. Now level 3.
You're in bad shape, Lieutenant. A few grave robbers too much for you?
They're a special crew. Took some sort of secret passage into the tomb around our defenses. The Sith want them cleared out, but too many places for them to hide in there. Underworld scum.
Best start using your eyes. If they've stolen anything valuable, it'll be your head.
Just shut up and fix me. Bottom feeders will be sorry they ever stepped on Korriban.
So yeah, occasionally NPCs will have a bit of a conversation about a situation that you'll find yourself in. So we've learned that there are some scavengers here on Korriban. See, that thrust there was retaliation. We'll be making good use of that skill once we actually unlock a shielding focus. We only have this damage dealing focus right now, but there is a focus we can replace it with which increases our shield chance. Right now it's 0%, so we're not migrating any damage at all apart from what our armor gives us. So here's Vesta, the Sith warrior trainer. If we didn't have the Hollow statue, this is who we'd speak to.
You desire more power? Good.
Indeed. And she can teach us Smash. Consumes free rage, has a 15-second cooldown, but damages up to 8 enemies within 5 meters of yourself, and stuns weak and standard enemies for 2 seconds.
Remember, peace is a lie.
Indeed it is. We will be learning the Sith code in the near future. And Sergeant Common here has a side mission for us. You'll find that purple triangles like this indicate story missions and are purple titled. But there's sometimes these like yellow or orange symbols. I think it's yellow. And then sometimes there'll be like a little diamond, and they're the exploration missions.
Excuse me, Acolyte. Sergeant Corman, 5th Infantry Company, Korriban Regiment. Can I talk to you?
Speak freely, Sergeant.
Thank you. You're the Acolyte Overseer Tremel had brought in special, right? Heading down in the tomb to show what you're made of?
Mind your business, soldier.
Apologies if I offended. I thought you might appreciate the chance to not only show off for the Overseers, but build some ties with the Imperial military as well. I'm here commanding a hard target mission to exterminate claw slugs in this tomb. They're horrific things. Mouths bigger than your head. I've lost 3 squads of good men fighting them. They come in packs. They'll swallow a man whole.
If you're trying to talk me out of this, it won't work.
Understood. I was hoping you could assist my operation while you're in there. The damn claw slugs breed so fast there's no way to wipe them out conventionally. So we started targeting their egg chambers. They went insane. We managed to get explosives to all of the egg chambers, but the claw slugs were all over us before we could detonate them.
Are you sure this plan of yours will actually work?
I don't know. I have to hope so. Without breeding chambers, the claw slugs lose the numbers. Then we can wipe them out. Don't underestimate those claw slugs, sir. They're smarter than they look.
Interesting. So we need to go into one of the claw slug breeding chambers. Okay. We have some weak broodling slugs here. You'll find there are weak standard, strong elite, and then champion mod enemies that you'll encounter. Each one stronger than the last, and they earn you more experience and have the higher chance of dropping like better equipment as well. You may imagine we're going to be using Smash very regularly. And once we unlock another ability, it'll be one of our initiating attacks as well. So here's one of the strong enemies, the Brood Watcher. Has a bit more health, actually a lot more health. And they deal more damage as well, of course. Hey there, Jim. Thanks for the assist, I guess. Go report our success.
I heard the explosions when you set off the charges. Outstanding, sir.
You're very welcome. And we've received some Pummeler's Gauntlets, which, as you can see, the stat changes are all green, all positive, which means they are better than our adaptable armor right now. But to be honest, Korriban isn't too difficult. I'm quite happy to stick with my adaptable armor despite it being noticeably worse. For the moment. And we actually gain level 4. Awesome.
You desire more power? Good.
Sundering Assault. Generates 5 rage and strikes a target for a little bit of weapon damage, causing it to become sundered. Sundered targets have their armor reduced by 20%.
Remember, peace is a lie.
Indeed. Thank you. Am I missing a skill? Or maybe you learn it in a... Oh, hello. When did I learn... Did I start with this? Huh. It's rank 4, so I must have started with Force Charge. Though I don't remember it being on the quick slot list. It's normally a skill you learn at level 2 or level 3. Jumps to a distant target, dealing so much damage. Immobilizes it for 2 seconds and interrupts its current action. It also builds rage. It's actually really good because it has a range of 10 to 30 meters. Is there any other skills that we started with that may not have been on the list? Doesn't look like it. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Need to be maybe a bit more aware. Oh dear. Imperial Edict. Mercenaries have taken advantage of the claw slug infestation in the tomb of Ajunta Pall, stealing valuable artifacts from its depths. A situation wholly unacceptable. You are authorized to use deadly force to send these mercenaries a message that further desecration will not be tolerated. This task is dangerous, and hazard pay has been authorized. We need to kill 10 looters and recover 3 artifacts. I will accept this mission. Well, this looter probably regretted rappelling into the tomb there. Oh, got myself stuck. And this is the Sith Warrior phase. This is where we'll find our ancient Warblade. If we were playing as an Inquisitor, we needed to go speak to I'm not sure if it's a Sith Lord. Definitely a member of the Sith Order, who's a little bit crazy down that way. Ancient droids. Green indicates that they are friendly. Yellow normally means they're neutral, and red of course indicates that they are enemies. The Apprentice Practice Blade. It is reasonably better. I will take that, thank you very much. Ah, wonderful. You see these lines coming out of bodies, sometimes it means they can be looted. Blue normally means it's like vendor trash. Green normally means it's a reasonable amount of equipment. Same with purple. And gold normally indicates that there is a mission-specific item that they may have on their body. So I do have auto loot enabled, so you can see we've picked up supply packs and coaxial droid probes. They get us a little bit extra credits. Thank you very much. Now we need to go report to Overseer Tremel. Let him know we've succeeded in our task. We'll go recover the artifacts first of all. Ah, there's another bonus. Kill even more close slugs. Alright, yeah. Overseer Tremel did ask us to bloody the blade. We gain level 5. Slashes up to 8 targets within 5 meters in front of you. Attacks with both weapons if you're dual wielding. You don't deal a lot of damage. Ooh, a passive skill. Endless Rage. Generates one rage when attacked. It can only occur once every 6 seconds. A handy skill nonetheless. We'll get ourselves out of the tomb and up to the Sith Academy. Sergeant Reichel here, let him know that the mercenaries, the scavengers, have been dealt with.
I have taken care of your problem with the looters in the tomb.
Ah, then I'll assume my men are dead. Even so, you have done us a great service. Their loss is your gain, I suppose.
I have completed my task then.
Yes, sir.
And we actually gained some dark side points. As I mentioned in the first video, there is an alignment, whether or not you're working alongside the light or the dark side. Depending on some of your decisions, the choices you make, your alignment will switch. I'm not sure there's a great change in your physical appearance if you're more aligned to the light side, but as your character goes towards the dark side, their physicality becomes more corrupted by the power of the dark side. Something that we may notice with our character here. It used to be only your choices in dialogue or your actions in the game, like your major decisions affected whether or not you were aligned to the light or the dark side. But with one of the later expansions, you can now... There you go. Let's enable it for a moment. You can toggle your alignment, commit to the light or the dark side, and when you're completing side missions, or any mission really, you will gain so many light or dark side points as well. Oh, wrong one. Boop. There we are. Right, let's get ourselves into the academy. Before we go see Overseer Tremel, there is someone else we will wish to speak to. And that is the Assistant Overseer here.
Acolyte, I come with a message. Overseer Tremel can teach you the ways of the Sith, but not all of the skills. For that, there are specialists in the Academy. Overseer Tremel wishes you to meet them and learn what you can.
So we do have the option to flirt with the Assistant Overseer. Whether or not we'd really wish to, well, there are options available.
That seems a wise idea.
An acolyte who thinks. Good. There is hope for you, and pleasure awaiting your instructors. You will find the best trainers in the Academy's archive. You are expected there shortly.
Excellent. And of course, Marken here is the NPC you'd have to speak to if you were an Inquisitor, who would basically tell you the same thing. If we were playing as a non-human, or... well, as a non-human basically, apart from the pure-blooded Sith of course, the Overseers would probably have something disparaging to say about our race. This Overseer rants. And this is the class trainer again.
The Force is a weapon. I will show you how to wield it. Show no mercy. You are strong, but you could be stronger.
Thank you. And he'll teach us the Force Scream ability. Consumes 4 rage, has a 12-second cooldown, range of 10 meters. Deals so much kinetic damage, standard and weak enemies are stunned for 4 seconds.
Show no mercy.
And the humming you hear is actually a Sith holocron. Here in... yeah, here we are. Various holocrons. I think they're mostly Sith in nature. That might be a Jedi holocron that they've got here. But both the Jedi and the Sith Order preserve some of their memories, even some of their like Master's personalities in holocrons to then teach future generations.
Hey there, Acolyte. Hold on a moment. Let me get a look at you. So you're Overseer Tremel's secret weapon. Impressive, to be sure. Afraid the old man waited too long to make his move, though. I'm Vemrin, and unlike you, I've fought and bled for everything I have. I demand respect.
Are you saying I haven't earned my way?
Please, everyone knows what Tremel is doing. If Overseer Tremel had made his move a year ago when I first arrived, you might have had a chance. But now, too little, too late.
This is ridiculous, Vemrin. Let's just kill him and hide the body.
We're not on Balmorra anymore, Dolgus. There are rules, traditions. We'll leave the shortcuts to Overseer Tremel and his last pathetic hope here.
My honor is not to be questioned.
We'll see about that. Coming, Dolgus?
Be right there, Vemrin. Listen to me, you useless priss. Acolytes aren't allowed to murder each other. But accidents happen. It isn't murder without witnesses. No more warnings. Vemrin's the alpha monster here. You go after Vemrin, you die.
So, we met Vemrin and his lapdog, Dolgus. That's the individual that Overseer Tremel mentioned might be coming after us. He has good reason to, but we'll learn more about that later. Huh. How is there another Sith warrior in here when it's an individual phase? That's interesting. Let's leave and go back in. See if they're still there. I think that might be a mistake. Nope. Okay. Never mind.
Good. You've returned. You seem to be in one piece. Tell me, how do you like your new blade?
I hope it's thirsty. I plan on drowning it.
What are you doing, Father? I only just got my Warblade and I've been here 6 months.
I have my reasons, Escala. And you will not breathe a word of this to anyone. Do you hear?
Yes. Yes, Father.
Acolyte, this is Escala, my daughter. She's one of the advanced students here. On her way to becoming Sith. If she minds herself.
I'll keep quiet about your new charge, Father. But I won't be there if whatever you're planning blows up in your face.
Don't mind her, she's just sore that I'm keeping secrets. She growls, but she's loyal. Now, I thought I heard Vemrin's voice in the adjacent chamber before you arrived. Did he make his move so soon?
It was nothing I couldn't handle.
If he didn't attack, he must not fully comprehend the threat you represent. Good, good. Still, I'd hoped we'd have more time. Vemrin's not the type to sniff around for too long before trying to take a bite. In a drive for sheer numbers, the criteria for Academy admittance has been relaxed. Now anyone with Force sensitivity is allowed entrance. Vemrin is mixed blood, the invisible rot eating at the foundation of the Empire. He must not be allowed to advance.
So, you're an elitist snob?
You say that like it's a bad thing. It's the Sith way. Only the best, only the most pure, should be good enough. Unfortunately, Vemrin's caught the eye of Darth Baras, one of the most influential Sith Lords. He's being groomed to be Baras's new apprentice. As Darth Baras's apprentice, the power at Vemrin's fingertips will be considerable. He could change the Sith for the worse. You must proceed to your next trial immediately. I want you to interrogate 3 prisoners in the Academy jails and decide their fates. Consider each criminal's story carefully. The decisions you make will be scrutinized, so let your passions guide your judgments.
I will handle it.
Go to the Academy prison. Speak to head jailer Nash and return to me after you've passed judgment on the prisoners.
And we've gained the title of Acolyte. And some fancy new armour, which would be better, but it's fine. We can have a look at what it looks like, how it appears at least. It's another tunic. Huh. Interesting that it has pauldrons. Okay, fair enough. Some dark side points. Would that level us up? It will. Okay. Saber Ward. 3-minute cooldown. Raises a lightsaber ward, increasing melee and range defenses by 50%, and absorbing 25% of the damage taken from force and tech attacks for 12 seconds. I don't really make much use of it, but we'll take it anyway. Let's rebuff ourselves, and tell you what, we'll break the video here. I intend to try and make each of these videos in the series about 30 to 40 minutes long, depending on what's going on. I don't want to make the videos too long, but I don't want to make them too short as well. Normally about 25 to 35 minutes seems to be ideal, but I took a bit of time talking about some of the UI elements as well, which I normally do in a separate video, so I had to kind of merge 2 videos together this time. But, I say, when we come back, we'll go speak to the head jailer, and we need to go pass some judgment on various prisoners, and hopefully make some appropriate decisions on their fate. But that's for next time. This has been AnthWolf, playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. I hope you've all enjoyed. As always, feel free to comment if you so wish, and I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, bye-bye now.